It's been a long journey getting to this day, October 16th, 2025, but we are here in the English countryside about an hour and a half outside of London, and the verdict is in. We've been quiet, listening to liars continue to lie and keeping to ourselves, living and loving our life, as we said, leaving everything in God's hands and letting our lawyer do the talking. But according to the courts, trying to ruin my name and trying to bring harm to my family in a book filled with lies equals $8.8 million. And this is just the beginning, because anyone and everyone that helped promote these lies will hear from my lawyer in the days to come. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. That from my voicemail is the voice of a liar.
Do not text Miko again. Do not call Miko again. Leilani, if you are also checking these messages, that goes for you as well. I am very serious about this. I am very serious about this. Do not text him, period. Period. Please understand that. And Brian, you know me. You know me. And you know that I mean what I'm saying to you.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
We both met at the college where I was going. She came, okay. I was a sophomore, she was a freshman. We kind of started dating. The next year she gets pregnant. This is back when shame was a real thing.
I know, yep, I get it.
She's back home. She tells me she's pregnant and that she's going to get an abortion. Because I'm like, yeah, we should probably do that. You're 18. I'm 20. Why would we? I'm just about to start this whole thing. Maybe this is the route we need to go. And she agrees. I'm like, oh, dodged a bullet. I'm going out to sign my deal in California. When I leave there and get back to Huntsville, that's when she called me and said, actually, I didn't have the abortion. So now I'm like, I got to tell my mom. My mother, who played the piano and was singing in the choir every week, you know, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, if your kid has a baby out of wedlock, you no longer can hold any church office. You can't sing up in front. You can't do it. You are held responsible for whatever the kids do. I honored my mother, and I tried to do the right thing with a woman that I hadn't even known a year yet. We got married in September, baby in November. We had sort of an agreement. You handle this part. I'm not changing diapers. I'm 20 years old. This was not what I expected to do. You made this decision. You're going to handle that, and I'm going to handle this.
Yeah.
When you make that bargain, you say, hey, you're going to take care of this. This is your responsibility. And they say, got it. And you go and you do what you have to do. You're expecting that to be the case. But we don't realize is that people will tell you whatever it is they want to tell you to keep you there until that first argument. Then the real thing starts to come out. But by then, you're looking at your life. You're like, well, and I had this conversation with my mother, like, why did you have me do this? You tried this. It didn't work. Now you got me doing it.
Right.
It was tough, but I'm already in it. We separated 4 times before we ended up getting divorced. Ultimately, anyway.
How far into the marriage would you say the first separation?
2 years.
Because you were married for what, 13 years?
Yeah, 13.
So why not just break off? Why stick it out for 13 years?
For the kids. I was never in love with their mother. I wasn't. They weren't made from love to begin with. And I said this before, and people got so mad, this obligation that just because you lay with somebody now, it's sort of an 18-year sentence of some kind, or beyond that, because it's forever. There's resentment there. But at the same time, you do have these children and you want to try to do your best to do right by them. If we were never supposed to be together like this in the first place, but we have these children, we both have to do what's right for them. And you're right. What we should have done was just separated for good then.
What's that nail in the coffin that then leads both of you to come to the conclusion that you guys are no longer good together, regardless of whether or not you have kids or not?
I think we always knew we weren't that. She may have been lying to herself if she thought otherwise. For me, when I realized I could parent those boys without her. I could be a good parent. I could be there for them and I could give them what they needed from me without being married to their mother.
Do you think that the kids were the thing that kept y'all together as long as you were?
Absolutely.
I love some pussy before I go.
The plan that I had for them, since they weren't going to go to college, that they wanted to be in music. I'm on tour. I'm on several world tours at this point. She agreed to let them come back. She continued to get her money. And I took them all over the world with me because I said, listen, you didn't grow up like me. I grew up singing in front of people. Mm-hmm. You know, every day I have about 20 kids in my house, just on the floor. There's weed. In the midst of all of this, I got these jokers in my house who will show up, come in and not even speak to me. Like, hell, Miss Mcknight, you know, thank you for having us or anything like that. It's like, it's crazy,
the
things that are going on. Both of their girlfriends are living at the house, along with all these other people who just, sleeping on the floor, sleeping,
So they're living like rock stars.
Oh, yeah, completely. Because when I'm gone, my cars are there. My bikes are there. Everything,
because you're on tour.
I got to lock everything down. I got to remember, because but they all have their own cars. That's the other thing. We'll get into that in a minute. But things just started getting out of control. We did a tour where it's my brother from Take Six, my two boys, and myself. It's sort of like a Mcknight. We're going to, the next phase of what we're doing. We got 4 shows left. We come home, and the two boys say, we miss our girlfriends. We ain't going back. we're done. We're done here.
No.
The promoters, everything's like, what's happening? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to go do the rest of these shows by myself. On or about 2015, the oldest son has children of his own. Now, when he had the first one,
more than one.
When he had the first one, the woman that he had the children with went on, I think, welfare or something. Now, what I didn't know is when you get that assistance that you're accruing as the father.
Yeah.
You got to pay this back.
They're gonna come back and get it.
They're gonna come back and get it.
Yeah.
His last address after I had moved them out of my house because I couldn't take the weed smoke and all that. But I told him, listen, here's an apartment. It's brand new. I'm going to pay for it for a year while y'all get yourselves together. You are now 25 and 22. 24 and 21.
So you were still trying to help them to become the men that they were supposed to be.
Right.
Even though they were fully grown adult.
I'm going to pay for everything, but get your life together. Figure out what you're going to do. You have this much time. A year passes. They still haven't done it.
We don't give a fuck! Jesus! We don't give a fuck!
Have you ever noticed how the same woman who called you amazing when things were good, all of a sudden when things are bad, she's calling you toxic or narcissistic? That's the thing that most men miss. After my 10 years of marriage, fellas, and attending marriage counseling out of those, 8 out of the 10, I learned that when someone paints you as horrible in their mind, it's rarely ever about who you actually are. I want you to sit on that. It's about what they need to believe in their mind so they can live with their decision. And here's the psychology behind all of it. The first thing is cognitive dissonance. Right now, she knows deep down you had value, presence, and authority. But leaving someone like that creates that internal conflict, right? If he was such a solid man, why did I walk away? That's what's going through her mind. So to quit that conflict, she has to exaggerate your flaws and minimize your strengths, guys. That's how she rewrites the story in her mind to make herself the hero, not the one who fumbled. Number 2, ego protection. Accepting that she might have self-sabotaged something good would crush her pride. So instead of taking accountability, she creates a narrative where she's escaping toxicity. That lets her feel strong instead of ashamed, right? Number 3, control of the story. By labeling you the abusive one or psycho or narcissistic, she flips the dynamics. She becomes the victim and you become the villain. And I know this is played out very well when divorce happens. You'll have friends that you shared mutually, and then all of a sudden when the divorce is over or occurs, all of those friends that you created now side with the female. See, that framing helps her to feel justified, even if she knows deep down that, those narratives are not accurate. Number 4, emotional avoidance. See, convincing herself you were the problem saves her from facing her own instability and manipulation or immaturity. It's easier to demonize you than to heal herself. So she's not trying to convince you that you're horrible. She's trying to convince herself. Think about it. Because if she admits the truth that she broke something real, she would have to face the guilt and loss and regret. And right now, she doesn't have the maturity or the stability to handle that. See, the best move that you can make, fellas, is to continue to get into the gym, continue to strive and focus on your purpose, and just leave that person alone to heal. Nothing exposes a false narrative faster than watching the villain, the quote unquote villain, thrive in peace and purpose.
All that shit pissed me off. Like we got Brian McKnight speaking on his family, pretty much leaving them in the dust. You know what I'm saying? I've been through this, right? You have a family. I mean, everything's great. You got the kids, you're raising the kids, you're raising a wife, everybody's great, right? Next thing you know, the family decides to turn their back on you. You didn't provide it. You didn't done everything you thought you were supposed to do to make sure that they have everything they think they need. You didn't got them a house, got them cars. Everybody's living off the top of the hog, off the fat of the land, however you want to see it. And they turn their back on you so quick. The pivot is crazy. It should be studied because there's no way that your family loves, cherishes, and honors you, and it is able to disrespect your name and your values and everything that you work so hard for in a blink of an eye. It makes you think that these people never actually loved you. Makes you think that these people actually really want to use you, kids included, life included. You can't exclude anybody that's sitting here treating you foul. You can't think that since they're your kid, they don't want to get over on you. We've been seeing kids murder their fucking parents. We've been seeing kids steal from their parents all the time, steal from their grandparents, steal from their fucking the church. It doesn't matter. Why do you think that people are just going to be holier than thou or can't be judged or can't be uh, uh, looked at like they're bad people just because they have a title of a brother or a title of a son or a daughter, wife even. We know how deadly wives could be, but you don't think how deadly the kids could be to you? How they could turn the other kids that you have against you and turn your damn wife against you, maybe even. It doesn't matter. Like you can have a bad apple in the bunch and it will spoil the rest of the bag. It's not going to be able to flourish as much as you would like because you got somebody that's trying to pull you down in your circle. Even if it's the wife and then pull the kids into it. One of the kids, you pull the wife into it. The stepmama or the mama might not like whatever the case going on, and they'll destroy your shit. So it doesn't matter if it was their mother-in-law, if it's your mom, you might not even like the wife you choose or whatever the case. Don't think that these people won't try to pull you down just because they have a fucking title as a sister or a daughter or a wife. You can't expect these people to honor and respect and love and cherish you just because you're you. I mean, we gotta understand, yes, people have morals. Some people don't. Some people have values, principles, and some people don't. You gotta understand everybody's not like you. So as much as you be working hard to make sure your family is maintained and everything is good, there might be somebody in the background that's trying to rape everything that you ever had and take anything that you ever created. And Brian McKnight is a clear example on what you should do if somebody, even in your family, is trying to cause you harm. Should say fuck it and try to get them as much as they try to get you. Slice their throat before they try to slice your throat. And it's just what it is. I mean, they have to do lawsuits and back and forth seas for years just to get this shit established. Now he's won an $8 million lawsuit against his ex-wife, you know? And it probably feels real good to be vindicated by the courts because half these women get vindicated by the public, by their family and everybody else, their friends, everybody else around them. So when the courts finally say you're right, it feels quite goddamn good because we're usually wrong. Men are usually the wrong ones in this situation, regardless if we were right the whole time. It is what it is, man. Silence is acceptance. We ain't having it. Like, comment, subscribe.